Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out today's video. So today we're working on the Golem Skelly raid with, of course, the Wizard Blimp. So I feel like the whole idea behind this is you get as much value as you can with the Wizard Blimp, as always, which is going to be a ton. And that should be enough value in a base that you could probably take down most of what's left, which is the heroes. And I mean all of them, King, Queen, RC, and the Warden, right? So if you add golems to that, they should take it down really easy. And if you're using skellies to distract defenses, right? The theory is there. I understand it. I see it. I tried this in a league match where I didn't really know or understand what I was doing. I was just trying it out, and I didn't use the skelly spells properly at all. I didn't wall break properly. I set my golem straight into a single target inferno. It was a mess. I ended up with an 80% 2-star, right? In league matches, that's pretty low percent. So, and it actually cost us the war. We lost that war on percent. So, here I am in Legend League trying to understand a little better this raid. So, we blimped out the town hall and some really good value. And now we're having to deal with a hound. I started with the Warden walk so that we could bring over that hound and deal with it with the Queen and a poison. And the Warden took a lot of damage, but it doesn't seem like it's the end of the world here. So we're just kind of working our way through. We got the golems in. I've used a skelly or two for the Queen and the RC. Here I'm sending a golem over at 3 o'clock and some wizards to establish a funnel. Now again, this is golems with super wizards, so they chain, so they get a lot of value out of their strikes. I did fail my wall break over here, and I didn't realize it until kinda late. Okay, but we do end up getting the wall break. Of course, I think it's too late. Nobody's gonna go in there, but the wizards actually chained that inferno anyway, so it didn't matter. With the help of the skellies, I think it went down. But that's kind of what I do with the skellies is if they're single target infernos, that's what I'm going to distract with the skelly spells. As everything's moving around the 12 o'clock side of this base and kind of cutting through the middle of the base, I decided to use 2 skellies to save the Royal Champion from all the point damage at 12 o'clock. So we're just going to move our way through there. The Queen and the golems are still working their way through the core of the base. The King has actually come all the way around to the outside. Now we do have a single target inferno to deal with, but we still also have the Royal Champ's ability and the Queen's ability and a lot of golems. So I hit the Champ ability here, and it appears that that inferno had taken some damage from the wizard chains. And here we go. We have taken down this very old, I believe, Itsu base. All right, let's take a look at another raid. Okay, here we have a ring base. And what my goal was here, again, is to try to get to that core and see if we can't take down that town hall and as many infernos as we can, just so that it makes the pathing of walking around with these golems easy. If all I have to do is walk the ring with the golems, I can send the Royal Champ to pick off whatever's left in the core, should be fine. If I have to actually get the golems and the heroes to the core, that's going to be a lot more difficult. So here we go. We use the hound and the blimp. The hound tanking for the blimp makes the blimp so much harder to stop. There's ways to do it for sure. It just makes it much more difficult. So here we go. We did get the town hall. We did get the multi-target inferno. And all that's left in the core really is 2 singles. That's not the worst thing, to be honest, especially when you have 6 skelly spells. You kind of feel like, that's not that big a deal. Now, the one thing with this that I didn't have was funnel troops, really, especially when the CC is out there. So I used the Warden, and what I'm also doing, especially in the case of super minions in the CC, I use a skelly spell to tank the super minion long shots while I can poison them and let the Warden beat them up. So, small tip, if you're going to try this, you can use the skelly spells to distract the enemy CC while you take it down. So here we go. We got golems in, we got wizards in. Everybody's kind of funneling, doing their thing, working our way around. And it's actually, the heroes are going to split here. And that's not even the worst thing, or that's not the worst thing to happen, because as long as you can tank for your heroes, they're going to get a really, really strong push through the base. Like the king has the golems, he has the warden. I used a skelly spell to tank for the queen. We also have 2 invis spells. We haven't even put the royal champion in yet. So the core infernos I took down with 2 skelly spells as well. And we're just making that push through the base. It's looking pretty good. I have 3 wizards in the bag that I'm going to use outside the base. I send the royal champion in at 6. And we are working our way through. Invis spell for the queen up here. She's getting a little low on health. Thought about invising again, but didn't need to. Oh, I did use a second invis, probably down here. But yeah, and I still have a full golem here. He's a little low on health, but he hasn't popped yet. And yeah, that's going to do it for this raid. Okay, let's take a look at another raid. Okay, so this base with the town hall island like this is really easy to 1-star because there's just nothing to lead you to the town hall, right? So what I want to do here is try to figure out a way to get the wizards into this channel in here to get to the town hall, right? I decide ultimately on this side, and we drop the blimp right in there. Again, with the hound, the blimp is much easier to get into very difficult places. And we get the town hall, we get the scatter, and I use the last invis spell to try to get just a little more value. And we don't really get a lot of value. We get a storage, but did we get this? No, I don't think we did. Okay, so now we cut a funnel with the warden. Because there's no defenses to target him, it's a fairly easy funnel there. And I just want to wait till that this elixir storage goes down, and then we could start sending in troops into this single target inferno. Should have put the damn skelly spells. I'm new to this, so not really. That's not what you want to do. You want to save that golem by putting 1 or 2 skelly spells in there. It could really save that golem a massive headache. Anyways, I end up breaking the troops out of there as well because it's a small closed box compartment and I don't want to waste time beating on walls. We push our way into the enemy queen. We used a golem and some wizards down here to cut a funnel, pulls out the CC, so I poison it. There's a witch in there, there's a hound in there. Shouldn't be too big an issue, to be honest. Everybody's working their way through the eagle. We got 3 golems on the eagle, I think. I use a skelly spell there on the expos to kind of take some fire off of my golems, especially because there's only really 2 single target infernos left. I have 2 skelly spells left. Probably only gonna need to use them on 1, but we will see. We have all of the hero abilities, so we should be more than fine to push through what's left of this base. Looks like we still have a full golem here as well in the core, which is nice. I used the 2 skelly spells on the single target inferno over there at 9 on the side that the splash cannot hit the skellies, while the wizard tower was tanked on some of those troops. And here we go, working our way through. Still have the warden ability, still have the queen ability, still have the champ ability, and just saving that basically so we can get all the way to that single target inferno and just overwhelm it. And I'm going to use the champ ability here. And we're going to go ahead and take that down before it gets the king. Nope, I think the king went down in there somewhere. And queen ability, just for time's sake. And down goes the base. Very interesting strategy, it seems. Let's take a look at another raid. Okay, final raid of the day. Another ring base. It seems like this is a great ring base strategy. I think any wizard blimp attack is probably a really good ring base strategy, but here we go. We're going to push all the way to the core with the blimp. We're going to zap out as much as we can in there, and then we're going to work with whatever's left, try to figure out how to funnel and see how to get into this base. So there we go. Got a CC coming out. It is the super minion headhunter CC. All right. Letting those wizards do as much work as they can. It's really nice when those wizards actually take down the CC as well. Doesn't always happen, but sometimes. Okay, I'm pretty sure we come at the top. There we go. Use the queen, use the warden, use a skelly, use a golem. Just kind of letting everything play out here and just seeing what's gonna happen. Not really sure which way the heroes are gonna want to break, so I wall break both sides to let them decide which way they want to go. I don't really care either way. I just need to take care of this ring and get into that first layer so we can start taking down everything in the base. So here I dropped those skellies on the queen kind of late, but I find that dropping skellies on the queen, the royal champion, or the king is very helpful in these raids, because you don't always need the skellies just for infernos. Like here, I already took down one of the infernos, so I'm pretty confident in using them on the heroes, especially because these infernos are reachable from the layer I'm broke into right now. Now, because they split and a golem took off on his own, I went and sent the royal champ with that golem to get value out of it. The king actually came up here, got way ahead of that golem, and the royal champ hung back and used the protection of that golem to take down some of the defenses. But yeah, this is a really easy strategy, and it's really fun because it's just a little bit different, where you're kind of focused on, how do I describe it? You're just focused on protecting your heroes, almost like the way you do with the TDH, right? But you're not using a queen charge, there's no healers. You're just focused on how can I best protect the heroes with what I have. Obviously, it's about funnels. The game is always about funnels. How do I funnel the troops in to get them to go the direction I want? And then with this is, how do I best protect these troops with these skelly spells on the way through the base? So I feel like the main goal of this is to keep the golems alive as long as possible, and then the raid is going to go very well. But alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.